Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday night session where I'm coming on to complete all free readings from my earlier session. I did not get to any of those. Thank you again for all of the donations, all of my YouTube channel members, all those that purchase my services that are all listed in the description box. It's what allows me to do what I do. And so a big thank you. And I love to serve my community. So I did come back on to finish out the free readings while still am able to do those. What else was I going to say? Oh, there's no chat because I'm not taking any new questions for this session. This is strictly completing all the ones from earlier, but I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me then. And then after I'm done, I will post a comment listing the order in which the readings were completed. All right. So I'm going to continue to use this Star Tarot. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck here. So if you guys are interested in that, you know who that is from, Kathy McClelland. All right. And I did have one donation that I did not get to. So thank you, Infinity. So we'll start with you, and then we'll start into the free readings. And I think that's everything. So let's take a look here, Infinity. So we were looking in here. You wanted to know, did TT think it was weird or rude when you asked if it was okay to show up? And then showed up anyway before she replied. Okay. Does she wish I wouldn't have shown up? All right, we'll take a look there. And then you had a free question to which I will, that'll be listed separately down in the other section here when I list the donations first, and then all the free readings you'll be down in there somewhere too. So be sure to look there too. All right. So let's take a look here and see. Did she think it was weird or rude that you asked, and then before she replied, you're like, hello? And does she wish that you didn't show up? Let's take a look here. Look at the Hanged Man on the bottom, which is about, hanging out and delay. And so I feel like they felt, and before we look at the other cards, it's just like, oh, I didn't reply, and so you didn't know, and so, all right, if I'd replied to you, no, don't come, then, you wouldn't have come, but since I didn't reply to you, okay, no response is a response. They have the Six of Wands. No victory, flowing, movement. So no annoyance there. That's brightness. Again, Knight of Pentacles. So both of these cards are about taking time to reply, and they were like, oh, okay, because of the delay, they didn't feel anything about it. They were just like, oh, no problem. I just don't feel that here. In Seven of Pentacles, another patience card with all of this. So I just feel like they were like, because they didn't reply fast enough, you have all that. And you got the Queen of Wands too, which is joy, celebration. Here's your fiery energy, because aren't you an Aries, didn't you say? but they got all this, and they're just like, it's all right. You've got this glowing, this energy that's coming in here. It's positive. It's you're intuitive. If they had not wanted you to be there before you got there or whatever, you would have sensed it and you'd been like, I better not. And so I feel like you were listening to your heart and to spirit, and you did it. So nothing here. Two positive cards, three patience cards, and then these other ones which are victorious and bright and shiny. Queen of Wands energy is all about, she walks in a room and brightens it up. So you were welcomed. There wasn't like, oh, you shouldn't have shown up or anything like that. It's all very positive. So good news there. All right. So that is what they have for that one. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And let me bring over here some of the free readings and we will get started on those. So, first up, we have Day Sturgis with a love reading. So, I'm going to shuffle these up and I'm going to shuffle the entire deck for all questions. We're going to do one card readings and see what comes through for these. All right. Just going to shuffle all these up. All right. And then the top becomes the bottom, the middle becomes the top, and the bottom becomes the middle. That's right. Okay. Had to think for a moment. All right. So let's take a look and see what we got here. So Day Sturgis, you got the Chariot card coming in here. I like this for any really question that we ever have because it's a very empowering card, the Chariot, because it tells us one victory, it shows movement and action. But the biggest thing it teaches us is our power of choice, that no matter what happens in each moment, one of the big things we get to learn is no matter what happens out in the outside world, even though it doesn't feel like we're making a choice because we've been given so much opinion from the past around the story that something is supposed to mean, the emotion that we're supposed to feel with whatever's happening, the energy that we're supposed to put forward, and the physical actions that we're supposed to do. But supposed to is opinion, and we don't have to. We get to choose the story, the emotion, the energy, and the physical actions. And when we believe all that load of boo-ha that we were given all our lives about all the opinion of how things are supposed to be out there and what they all mean and all that, we fear the future. We feel we're a puppet to whatever's happening in the outside world because we don't feel like we have that power to choose. It's chosen for us. But no, it's not. We get to choose. So no matter what happens, you know, I get to I get to choose what story that means. I get to choose what emotion I want to feel. I get to choose. And I like this because there is this it takes away a lot of the fears of what's coming next or who am I going to end up with or what does love look like and all these long list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must around love, right? Who are they supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? How are we supposed to meet? How's it supposed to unfold? Blah 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 blah. How's it supposed to end? All of that. But there's this freedom that comes with this power of choice, and I like this for you. I just feel like it's a transformative type of energy that happens because we don't um it doesn't matter anymore about what happens. I get to choose, and there's this freedom that comes from it, and I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, D Sturgis, is to really, and it can impact any of your life, but since you asked about love, really zero in and just go, yeah, what do I feel? What are these stories up here that I can release and I get to replace them with what I want things to mean? And what emotions have I been taught, through reaction, because we had opinions that people told us, they became our opinions, they became our habit of believing certain things, and then it became our reaction where it happens so fast. It doesn't feel like we're choosing, but we are. And then you can start choosing differently and forming new habits. So I like it. Empowerment. Right. So that's it for this one. So many blessings to you, Day Sturgis. And then Doll Face Diva, you are up next. So a general for next week. What do they want you to know next week? Wow. World card, another victory card, a major arcana, which is a victory, but it's also the last card in the major arcana, which represents the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and something that is free of expectation. I feel like there is this birthing of things, this beginning of ending of some significant things, but it's you choosing to no longer trying to fit in to some sort of cookie cutter situation where you're just like, you know what? I've tried and I feel like you've really tried to do something someone else's way and really like, you know what? Even though it's not the story and the actions, like all that power of choice stuff, you're like, I'm going to do what you are asking me to do. I'm going to try my darndest. And you have, but you're like, it's just not for me. And I feel like whatever this is, you're ready to transform and to change. And there's this freedom that comes from it because what happens after this is you restart off with the full card, and that's like a child of the world is full of possibilities. I don't feel restrictive. I don't feel small. I don't feel limited. I feel like unlimited and limitless, right? And limitless opportunities and limitless possibilities. So, whatever this is that you're just ready to say, okay, I've given it my best shot, but now I'm going doing something different. It's very supported. And this is what they have for you next week. It's the beginning of it, if not finalization where you do it, but you're at least beginning to go, okay, I've got to look at other things. I'm making a decision. I'm not doing this anymore. And then you're going to work everything else out. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. And then musical beer, you're up. How does RKW feel about you? All right. Well, got the 10 of Pentacles. It's one of the relationship cards, abundance, fullness. They can see that you're part of this grand scheme of what will make my life feel full and a partner of someone who's supportive and a nurturer and blah blah blah. They see you as being able to be, fill this role to be this person. Now, there's a difference with that, I mean, of course, I feel like we as humans would be like, I want someone to meet me and go, oh my gosh, like I can see me creating my world around you. This energy is, I'm creating a world around you and I have a position open. Hey, I think you would do this job well. It's that kind of thing. It's a different type of motivation and spark there. And some people are okay with that, but that's where it's at. They feel like, yeah, you have all the capabilities and the qualifications. The resume looks good. I think that you would be good on this position. Would you like to interview for it? You know, that's the kind of energy I feel. It's a very interesting musical beer, but that's kind of what I have coming through there. So, it could be what could be worse. They could be like, no, looking at your resume, you don't qualify. Get out of here. But that's not. So it's kind of like could be worse. I don't know. Anyway, that's what they have for you, musical beer. So many blessings to you. And then Highness, you're up. Does DR think you have good performance at work? You got the full card coming in here, which is I feel like with this that they feel you have, like you have good performance, but I feel like because this is that I was just talking about the full card, a world of possibilities, a world of openness here. And I feel like they're saying like you do good, but I know you can do more. And I feel like which is a compliment in a way, right? That they feel like you have the capacity and capability of doing more. And they're not going like, well, yeah, because usually like management, they'll look at people in three categories. It's a hidden secret. Don't share this anyway. This is just between the me and all of you that are watching. Managers will look and go, sorry, I think it's thundering out. I was like, I heard thunder. Um, that you have ability to do something, but no desire. That you have the desire to do something, but not the ability, or you do have the desire and the ability to do it. And I feel like with you, I feel like they're like, you have the ability to do it. Um, and so they feel like you're capable, which is good, which is a positive thing. Um, and I feel like they not, and I feel like they're not sure if you have the desire for it yet. Um, which I feel like that'll be a discussion that you guys will be having about incentive and what's your next steps and what would you like to do? And we want to let's find some ways to take you even higher. And I feel like that's what they're wanting to do. So that's what they have for you, Highness. They want to take the highness higher. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Eliza, hello, hello. General, please, for next week. All right. You have the Five of Wands. I feel like the beginning of the week starts off a little rocky with some drama going on around, but by the end of the week, it does transform into something more less volcanic. I just feel like, and I don't even feel like it necessarily involves you directly. I just feel like you're surrounded by it. And whatever drama, whatever stuff is all happening, you're like, holy moly, what is happening? I'm gonna keep my head down, and I encourage you to do that. This energy, they're just like, you don't have to get involved, you don't have to solve it. Let everyone have their drama. Keep your head down, just stay out of it. It'll resolve itself. And it's important for that drama to resolve itself because um, sometimes people need to learn to grow up and do things on their own. They don't need someone always coming in and solving it. And it's good because you're like, yeah, you guys figure stuff out. I don't need to do all this. And I don't know if it's work, if you're working, or if it's just drama of friends and or if it's like everything. It just feels like a very fiery, explosive beginning of the week. And you're like, I'm just going to stay in my bunker and keep my head down and do the stuff. And everyone else, by the end of the week, they figure it all out. And you're like, okay, good. I'm proud of you guys. All right. So that's what's coming in, Elisa. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So many blessings. And then we've got Mika Khan up. You'd like a love reading. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, which does show that you've been putting in blood and sweat and tears and, really working on yourself and your self love, your self worth. And the Eight of Pentacles does show that things will start to work in the outside world. But I feel like it's going to be different than you had anticipated because like you are like the caterpillar that goes into the cocoon to transform into a butterfly, and you thought, okay, here's the season, everyone else is also going in, all these other caterpillars are going into their cocoons to come out butterflies, and then you're going to be able to go find nectar together and go do butterfly things. But you come out of your cocoon and you're realizing, why is everyone else still caterpillars? And you're realizing a lot of the people that you've been hanging around and like interested around love aren't transforming. They're staying their own caterpillar selves, but you've changed. Your desires are different. And what maybe you would have been okay with before, you've raised the bar because you want butterflies, not caterpillars. And I feel like there is this change, this transformation going on around you about what you'll accept as versus now. No. So I feel like that's what's coming in here, and the changes are coming. The wheel of fate is turning. A lot of these wheels in the outside world are churning. So you're going to reach this point where you need to fly as a butterfly, and they're like, I can only walk. I'm a caterpillar. And you're like, well, okay. I'm gonna go do butterfly things. You guys do caterpillar things. It's been great, But if you ever become butterflies, come hit me up. But right now I'm not gonna carry you. I can't carry you. You guys are too heavy. I gotta go do butterfly stuff. So that's what's coming in. All right, Mika. So many blessings. And then JJJ, you want to know how will your jewelry business do? You had has the possibilities here of doing well. You've got the Eight of Swords, which is becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that blind you and bind you, make you feel trapped, restricted, small. So these beliefs of smallness and limitedness, if you will look at those, which the Eight of Swords is telling me that you will, and that you will look at these things and release it. There's this freedom that comes. Then your jewelry business will do well. But when you have these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, that's what holds you back, which holds your business back. And even if it's like consciously you're going, yeah, 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 no, I want to do this. These are subconscious thoughts and beliefs that can be brought to the surface and be transformed. And you have the total capacity to do it with the eight. Eight is a very flowy number. And so that does show me that you have the great possibilities to do it. But it does take you looking at it going, what's holding me back? What am I fearing? Okay. So that's what's coming in for you, JJJ. So many blessings to you. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up. So will you become the senior class council president for the academic year of 2024 to 2025? It's hidden, it's unknown, the moon. It's like, So there is something below the surface, some unknown, some hidden things, some uncertainties that are going forward with this full moon that's coming in here. And what that generally means is that someone's gonna cheat. No, I'm just kidding. That, someone's gonna stuff the ballot box like the movies, right? No, this is that there's gonna be something that comes up that, changes your desire, changes what you're seeking, changes your attachment. I just feel like the cycles of the moon, some things change and it's just not interesting or something that you're desiring a whole lot. Something else takes its place with this the moon. It's just something crawls up from underneath your subconscious going, why do I want this anyway? Why does it matter? And I'd rather invest my energy and do something else. And I feel like that's what comes in for you there. So I don't feel like you will, but I feel it's because you don't want it because something else comes up. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. And then Swaroop, Bobby, you are up. Just move some more of these over here. All right. And Swaroop, you want to know SP's current feelings on you? Well, the Seven of Pentacles, they're very patient here. They've got the heart in here. Um, they're very slow in committing, very slow in opening up, very slow on becoming vulnerable. And so, their feelings for you are guarded. They are bridled, all these horses that are up here, like how they're all running rampant all up here. See how they're all, let's see if you can do, there they go. Running. Well, the horses aren't running free. These emotional horses, they have them in stables. They're not allowed to run free range there yet. So they're very protected, very guarded, very enclosed, and not allowed to run free. It's not you. That's funny, right? It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's how they do everything. Because uh, when they were vulnerable in the past, they really got a lot of pain and they learned to guard themselves and to really wait for things to really prove themselves before they'll open up a little more, open up a little more, open a little more, because they got trapped before. And like I said, a lot of pain and suffering that they went through because they felt they were stupid and rushed in. Now they're overly cautious now. So they've got feelings and stuff there. They're existing, but they're not allowed to have movement. So it's just movement, close, movement within a. If you ever see a bunch of horses in a small area where they can't really run, they can just move around and eat and poop and whatever. That's what's going on. Yay! All right, so that's it for now. And Seven of Pentacles is slow patience. Yeah, it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, so it's going to be a while for them to open up and allow that stuff to move. And it takes a lot of consistency on your part. Is it worth it? That's up to you. Right, so that's what they have for you, Swaroop. And then Sean G, you're up. General for love. Got the King of Pentacles. I like the King of Pentacles. They're grounded individual. They've got the swords in the background. All of the kings do. So, there's some grounded thought and belief in here. And, you know, it is, I don't know, it just feels so bland, Sean. We've got it's someone, okay, I'm looking for someone who's secure and someone who's intelligent. All right, well, what about passion and what about emotion? It's like, well, they've got 2 out of the 4. It's like, mm. So I feel like there's this individual that is not emotionally available and really guards their passion too, because I feel like whenever they allow themselves to passion, their heart falls fast. So they really guard themselves. They're down to earth and they're intelligent. They can communicate. Um, a lot of earth energy, probably a Taurus or, could be a Capricorn or a Virgo, but I kind of feel like this Taurus, stubborn energy. And I don't know. It's just like this is what who comes in. And I feel like it's a mirror for you to really reflect and go, Where am I emotionally unavailable? Where do I hold back my passion?" And they're a great mirror for you to understand some things about yourself. But I don't feel like you're going to end up with them. I feel like it's like a stepping stone. But that's the next love that's coming your way, is someone that really teaches you a lot about yourself by being a reflection for you. So that's what's coming in there. Yay! Anyway, so that's what they have for you, Sean. So many blessings to you, right? And then June Law, at last. I know you've probably been waiting. So thank you for your patience. And you want to know, do we see help coming to you to move, or are you going back to the hostel? All right, we'll take a look here. Wow, I feel like you're gonna have help. You got the 10 of cups, which is joy, celebration, a lot of support. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. So you got a lot of support around you. 10 of cups is like joy, fullness, overflowingness. So that is like one of the big happy cards of the deck. So I feel like that is you know, a very happy, positive outcome to your situation. So I would say that you are going to be having some help that comes in, a lot of joyful, loving support that comes in. So I like that for you. Boom, boom, June. I mean, was it worth the wait? But I definitely feel it's positive. So there you go. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Nelia Medeiros, your free reading, and thank you for your donations earlier. Any messages from your guardian angels? Absolutely. Wow, look at this. Knight of Swords. So all knights are on a quest, and this knight is on a quest for higher truth, capital T truth. And I feel like the guardian angel, you know, they are guiding you and helping you and granting you this gift of the Ace of Swords, which it's like, Archangel Michael has the Ace of Swords, but it's about communication, it's about knowledge, it's about connection. And I feel like, they're just wanting to let you know that, s- we usually love learning the hard way, right? I mean, everyone's like, yeah, oh, yeah, it's us. But in this case, they're granting you like this download. So they're reminding me of like, if you've ever watched The Matrix, how they would, they had those things attached to the back of their head, and they'd be like, "Hey, I want to learn kung fu," and their eyes, and they're like, "Hey, show me," bah, 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 or "Can you fly a helicopter?" "Not yet." "Hey, I need to blah blah blah." And then they're like, "Let's go." And they can, this is like, it's like there's this download of some stuff, some high um knowledge that it just drops into your brain like it's a memory, and you're just like, "I get it. I get this. Wow." And I like this. This is a great kind of like a download coming from spirit and your guardian angel with some special information that helps you out in the next coming days and weeks. So some good perspectives, some capital T truths that allow you to see things differently, that does impact your life in a significant way, and I like that. So that's what's coming in for you, Nelia. I like it. I like it. I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Happy Pill coming up. Let me just grab some more of these and bring them over here. All right. So, Happy Pill, you want to know this year's reading in a spiritual sense. All right. Now look at, got the sun card, bright, bright light being shown on here. It's also let's see if I can get it to focus. There's a little child. There it is, almost on top of the moth, riding the moth. Um, And so, this is your inner child work, a lot of awareness having to do with becoming the perfect parent for your inner child, having this awareness, knowing that your parents could never give you the unconditional love, unconditional attention, unconditional time, and the space to be able to express itself, like your inner child. Three things are allowed with an inner child, or how are when we're 7 years old and younger, how we emotionally express ourselves. We're not Our brain develops 7 to 14. So before that, we just know how I express what I'm going through is I laugh, I cry, or I throw a fit. Well, laughter is supported, crying, throwing the fit, suppressed usually at some point. And so we have a lot of emotion of outrage and crying, sorrow that we push down because we get we get ice cream if we don't cry, and we stop crying and push it down, or stop having a fit, or we get punished and we don't want to do that, right? So there's a lot of emotion, charged emotion below the surface that you're going to be processing this year, and the sun brings a bright light upon those areas, but it's freeing for you because you are allowed to pick up your child self and just hold them and allow them to express themselves in whatever way, not explaining why they feel the way they do, or explain it away, whatever. You give them the space to express that rage and that sorrow, even laughter, if they were taught not to laugh at times, but just allowing your inner child for the expression, because those charged emotions are bouncing around down there until they're able to be expressed in a place of safety, which you'll give them. And then you get that energy back that you've been using to suppress it and hold it down. That charge comes back to you instead of charging the emotion. So I like that for you. It's a big step for you this year. I like it. All right, so many blessings to you. And then Minahil, you are up. So who is this new person that's coming towards you in 2024? Well, you got the Six of Pentacles. There is this person who's a balanced here for you. And, you know, earth energy, this white buffalo really stands out to me here. But, there's the white buffalo woman. You might look into the stories and the stuff around them, because I feel like that's an important thing that comes in here. But it's someone who is, able to they've overcome like this codependency, because that's Six of Pentacles is like this codependency, overgiver kind of card and energy. And I feel like they've been through enough codependent relationships that they've learned about it, and they're able to have an adult to an adult relationship instead of an adult child relationship. And so I feel like there's this, great energy that can come through here. Now, if you tend to be an overgiver in your life, where you feel you have to give so much and get so little, it's important for you to look at that. If you check out my Take 10 with Zen playlist on the main page of my website, of my, not website, when you go to my YouTube channel, the very top, immediately there's playlists. If you scroll, you'll see a Take 10 with Zen. Look at episode 5. Talks about the Six of Pentacles. Because if you have a tendency to be an overgiver and codependent relationships, it doesn't fare well, because codependent relationships where you're an overgiver, you end up exhausted and resentful. They end up investing their energy somewhere else because you don't allow them to give to you. So they want to give somewhere else. Either they become a workaholic, invest in their friends, a hobby, working out, or affairs. That's generally what codependency works. They've been on that other end of it. But I know they're kind of telling me that I used to be such a strong enabler, an overgiver, that I would take people who were enablers in other relationships and make them the taker, because that's how powerful I am, or was. I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, but I feel like you can, that resonates with you. So be sure to check that out, because if you can get in there and bring this out of balanceness into balance, then you can have this relationship. But it's important that you be aware of that as you go into that as well. All right. And if you have trouble finding that, just comment on this video. "Hey, I couldn't find it," and I will grab the link. I just don't have a chat to throw it in this session. Otherwise, I would do that for you. Right. So that's what they have for you, many heals. Many blessings to you. And then Ayesha, you are up. So thank you so much for being a new subscriber. I think you had said. And you want to know, what are Salman's thoughts, feelings for you nowadays? All right. You know, we got this Two of Pentacles, which is this balanced energy of the outside world. And, you know, I feel like I don't know, it does feel like they've put things, um, aside. And I just feel like there's, because this feels like they've buried it. They've pushed it down here and they're having new experiences above ground. So I feel like their thoughts and their feelings nowadays, it just feels like they've kind of just pushed things down and I don't feel like they deal with stuff. I just don't feel like they have left things um what is the word that I'm looking for? It's just unresolved. They're just like, "You know what? Psh," it's almost like, these ghosts, they have unresolved stuff. It's like, "Well, oh, you're gonna come back as a ghost because you have pushed it down," there, Salmon. But so I just feel like they just kind of like, "I don't wanna deal with this. I don't wanna face this. I'm just gonna," and I feel like they've just, have that and they're focusing on something else to try to keep themselves having to think, having to feel, having to figure things out, and I don't know what that's about. You probably do, but I just feel like I'm just burying it, and I'm just kind of doing other stuff, distracting myself, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in, Aisha. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Felicia Fang, you are up next. Let me grab some more of these and bring them over here. So, Felicia, good to see you. And you want to know, how is Kay's feeling about you? All right. Well, we got the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion there. Boing, 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 they've got this, energetic and physical attraction that's there, and that's pretty much the big energy that's coming in. It's not emotions like I love you, it's like hey there. So attraction is important part of our relationships. We do want, I don't want people to go I love you, but can you put a bag on your head? They're attracted to you, but we also don't want to just be a booty call or just be, this source of pleasure. It's like, well, that's nice and everything, but you want more, right? And I don't feel like they have more to offer right now. I feel like they're just um, on fire, they just in heat or something. But this is that energy that's coming through there. So that's what's coming. So there you go, Felicia, for now anyway. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Anita Sankar, you want to know, what does DAZN feel about you? I got the King of Cups. They think that you are someone that's very compatible. King of Cups is someone who's balanced between their head and their heart. It's one of my cards that indicates like that you're a good match. They feel like you're very um, cohesive, very compatible. I think that's the word I use. And so I feel like they see that in you and they're like, So there is the thinking of you and the emotions that are there because they're balanced between head and heart too. But they're just like, wow, you're you're uh, you're pretty cool. They see you as someone who's um, like balanced. And you probably are like, "Yeah, I know, I would like to have someone balanced too, not someone who's, like, all in their head and not in their heart or overly in their emotional and they're just not up here either." You like someone who can communicate and love and intelligent, and I feel like that's them, and they see those traits in you, and that's what, is coming in. So I like it. Right, so many blessings to you. And then nature 1111, you are up. You want guidance from your guides. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I like the Four of Swords. I like how they interpret this too, because it's like the change of stories. You're having this mental stability and this changing of things, look at the story. I mean, here's the 3 bears, and, like, he's sleeping in my bed. Well, no, he's sleeping on top of a trout or some sort of fish. What's happening here? What's going on? Did he take our fish? I don't understand. This started off as Goldilocks and the 3 bears story, and now there's a Native American sleeping on top of a fish, and they're in a cave. What's happening? I like this. It's like your guides are being silly, but at the same time, they're like, the stories sometimes that we tell ourselves are silly, aren't they? And the mental stability that comes in is when we question our fears, we question our story that we're putting on things, and we go, why do I feel that way? And is that what I want this story to believe? And I can change my mind because it's my choice, my mental choice. I don't have to believe what I've been taught to believe or what other people are saying. I like this solidity in that you are determining what you believe about a situation and about your life or whatever it may be. And I like that peace of mind that comes with it. So I feel like that's what they want you to do is question the story because in it is where you have this peace that comes over and the power that comes in, the mental power that comes in. So I like that for you. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Rhonda, you are up next. Let me grab a couple more and bring them over here and have patience, everyone. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 more to go. So hang in there. All right, Rhonda. So, what do you need to know for the future? Princess of Cups, you hold all the love inside of you. This holy grail lives in your heart. And love is the answer. Unconditional love, the unconditional love we find in our heart is the answer to every question. Every question. So we can simplify life and go, what do I need for the future? What do I need to know about the past? What do I need to know about the present? What do I need to know about my relationships? What do I need to know about jobs and education? What do I need to know about my body, about, possessions and money and everything? Love. Unconditional love is the answer. Huh. Wow. Powerful. And we have that inside of us. We have everything we could possibly need right here, right now inside of us. Everything else is extra. Everything else is above and beyond extra. I like it for you. That's it. That's it. That's what you need to know for everything. Boom. You can take the test now. You'll pass. You're like, wow, wow. Well, that's easy. Why didn't they just tell me that years ago? Well, this is what they're telling you now. And I like this new moon coming up here too. I feel like the future new moon, which will be a couple weeks from next week, that has some good release energy. I feel like this Sagittarius full moon coming up on like think Thursday, there's some good release you can do, and that opens up this opportunity for you to plant some beautiful things with the new moon energy and the 10 new moon wishes that'll be coming up here in a couple weeks. So pay close attention to that as well. All right. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda. Rhonda, many blessings to you. And then Nat, you are up. So hello, get David's current thoughts about you. All right, we got the temperance. It's slow moving. We've got the 2 cups here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Going back and forth this magic, because water doesn't go sideways; it goes down with gravity. But there's this magic that's happening. It's slow moving. They're very the temperament is like patience, right? It's alchemy. It takes time going back and forth, and then it eventually turns to gold. But each time it's going back and forth, it is transforming more and more and more and more and more and getting more towards gold. So I do feel like they feel like there's progress. They feel like there's movement. I feel like they want movement closer, but it's taking time. 2 of Cups, like the 2 cups. 2 of Cups is relationship, an important relationship, but I feel like it's taking a long time to get there. And you're probably saying, you ain't kidding. But, they're very careful in opening their heart and being vulnerable and moving things. They've just been really screwed over a lot. So, they are very slow in opening up. And so you just have to know that they see it and then but they're just allowing things to unfold organically and they're not pushing it. They don't have intentions. They're just are like, well, let's see what happens. And I know, right? Kind of drive you crazy. My Capricorn rising, I need dates and times and progression, and I need meetings to talk about who we are and where we're at and what we're doing. So I understand. But that's what's coming, Nat. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Rishi, Lahore, hello, hello. Dude, good to see you. So you wanted to have career reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Well, you got the Empress card here, which is new beginnings, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but birthing and things coming forward. Something maybe in the creativity field too. Something that's more in alignment with your heart. You know, the Empress rolls over all the queens, right? And so each of the queens gets cups. So there's 4 cups, and then the Queen of Cups gets an additional cup. So that's 5 parts water, 5 parts motion, heart, right? 1 part mind, 1 part fire, 1 part earth, right? But there's a lot of emotion, a lot of heart. It's like, what makes your heart sing? What makes your heart feel full? Um, Getting out of your head, getting out of that, there's a little bit of mind, a little bit of earth, and a little bit of fire, but most of it's like, what is making you feel full? And I feel like that's what they're telling you is, you know, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, what makes your heart sing? What would make nurture you? What kind of job would you want to do? Not what makes sense, what makes money, what will make other people happy, blah, blah. That's existing. That's not living and living your dream. And I feel like it's important. And even in this one, they've got the star up there, which normally on the star card is this is like wishing upon a star. What is your dream? What would it be to be like, wow, this would be the ultimate if I could do this? And why? Is it, well, because it would make a lot of money? No, cross that off. What would make your heart sing and make you wake up in the morning going, wow, I love doing this? And to pursue it. What's keeping you? What are you waiting for? To die? To go live your dream? Let's go. Snap, snap. Right. That's what they have for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Lever Vagara, maybe. I probably murdered that. My apologies. So you're unemployed at the moment. You'd like to know in what time will you be in your new job working? All right. Well, there's a little delay here with the hanged one. It's this, things, it's important to see things from a different perspective. And this delay that's been going on here is you're kind of having a transformation of job and employment. And I feel like what they're wanting you to do is look in places you normally wouldn't look. You know how, like, in some places that you'll have like a job search and you have to select like accounting, customer service, sales, or whatever. And so we click those and it limits the search. They're like, don't limit the search. Do a big, whatever area that you're looking in and look at them all because I feel like they're nudging you to transform. It's like a caterpillar transforming to a butterfly. It's like if you're looking for caterpillar jobs, it's like not anymore. It's you're transforming and they're wanting you to look in a different type of field, different type of employment than you've looked at before. And then that's when things happen more quickly. But they're having you, it's like you're having difficulty maybe finding a job in the fields you normally would because they don't want you to go there. Your soul, your heart, your spiritual posse is like, nope, that's not for you anymore. You're moving into a different type. Even consider moving if you're not attached to where you're living. Consider looking outside of your regular zone where you normally look for work and go, what if I looked at this city? I thought I'd like to move there. Or if you have family, cousins, or somebody that you could go stay with till you get on your feet, you're like, I want to go look in that town, or that city. So that's what's coming in there for you, Livier. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Brina Brown, you'd like to know about the one that you're supposed to marry, Details of possible of when, etc. So supposed to, there's sometimes we have faded relationships, sometimes we don't, different lifetimes. We have optional relationships, sometimes we have faded ones. I don't feel like you have a faded marriage in this lifetime because when I saw that, it really jumped out going, no, you don't have a supposed to. You have a possibility, which means it's optional. It's like when you go on a vacation somewhere and you have like, okay, we've got the flight and the hotel and the car, right? The standards. But then they have options. You can add the luau or the scuba diving or the horseback riding or helicopter ride or whatever are out there, right? Um, and it's like marriage is an option for you, but it's not fated. So it's something that you can do, but it's not part of the mandatory fate that you have for this lifetime. How you meet them, you've got the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands shows energy and power. And whatever this, excuse me, hiccup, wherever this queen um, puts her energy and puts her magic wand, things happen, things move, and it happens. And this is about owning your power. So when we have, even with fated relationships, there's a range, earliest and the latest we meet them. Optional ones, same thing. We can meet them as early as this or as late as this. And that has to do with our own power. So when you're focusing your energy on like, I want to get married. Well, our energy is telling the universe, I enjoy wanting, not having, wanting. All right. Well, in order to want, you can't have. So they'll push it further away, right? Also missing, I'm missing love. I wish I could have love in my life. Well, we're telling the universe, I really enjoy missing things. I'm missing love. Can you push it further away so I can miss it some more? Or I fear I'll never find love again. Oh, you enjoy fearing not having love, so we can't have love come in. Whatever we focus on is what our energy draws in, right? But if you can focus on gratitude and for any love that you've had in your life, you can have gratitude for it. Write down all the things you loved about loves of the past. Um, Write down gratitude for the things you love about what you think you would love about romance and love. And you can ask the universe and with a want, like one want, and go, you know what? I would like this, and then you hand it over and not get attached to outcomes. Going, I would love marriage in this lifetime. I would love to be someone and have a really committed relationship and be with someone the rest of my life. I would like that. And then you start gratitude. You don't focus on every day. I really would want this. I really would want this. I really would want this. They're not stupid. They don't have Alzheimer's. Creator is they'll remember. You ask them once, they remember. You just keep gratitude is what draws it to you because your energy is what draws it. So the timing has to do with that. Um, Queen of Wands, I feel like that your divine counterpart is the King of Wands, which is somebody that has like entrepreneur, again, it's like there's this because you've got this lion here. I feel like a Leo type of energy. So fire, right? Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But it's someone that's very vibrant, very handsome or beautiful. And their energy is just draws you in. They're just this very bright individual. Entrepreneur type energy, like I said, or management. They are a very natural leader as well, and very passionate about life. They like to travel. They like to experience things. They don't like to just sit around and waste away. They're motivated too. So I like all that energy coming in. It's a little bit of tidbit of who they are. So there you go. Right. So many blessings to you, Brina. Right. And then Madam Bird, you are up next. So I only have a few more to go here. So hang in there, everybody. So, Madam Bird, want to know, do we see love connections from anyone that you know that you're currently unaware of? You've been hearing of one to come in during the fall. Oh, although that's a new person. All right. So, any love connections from anyone that you know? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, you got Capricorn energy here with the Devil card, but you know, I feel this is more um questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and because with the Devil card they've got the heartbreak and the fears that bind and bound. If you ever see the Lovers card, it looks a lot like the Devil card, except instead of an angel there's the devil. Instead of freedom and flowing, there's trapping and restrictions and chains. And it's these questioning these beliefs about um love, our fears, our small t truths about who is someone supposed to be, who am I supposed to be, how's love supposed to be, how it's supposed to unfold. Instead of looking at it as an adventure, we look at it as a cage or a task. Very Capricorn work energy, a task list. This is what love is to be. Ready? Let's get things done on the list. And so I feel like that there isn't someone a love connection now. I feel like this is an energy of things are being held back because you're given the opportunity to raise your low vibration instead of do what you've always done with these lower vibrations and get what you've always gotten before. And that's what the work comes in. These beliefs and situations are brought to where you can't not see beyond them, because these get resolved, and then that's what prepares you to meet this person in the fall. So I like this energy of freedom, because you realize, wait a minute, this chain around my neck, I can just take it over. Or sometimes you'll see even the Devil card of, they have this hand in the rope, they don't have a grip on it, you can slide right off of it. Or one of my favorite ones is there's someone in a cage and they're all curled up inside, but there's a door behind them open and they don't see the door. Like, I have a self-imposed cage of my beliefs that I'm allowing myself to believe. But as you question your thoughts and beliefs around love and all those fears that are rooted there, that's where the freedom comes. And that's what you want to get rid of, these chains, these things that are slowing and holding you down, so that you can have this love that comes in the fall. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Moonlight 5, you would have a question. Is he the one? Well, I'm thinking here with the Knight of Cups, they're writing in offering love here. This would be, I would almost have to say most of the time, are they the one? No. This one, yeah. I feel like they're writing in offering you love here. So I do feel like, this is the knight in shining armor bringing love. So, yes, Moonlight, they are the one. When and how long it'll take, that's different, right? But that wasn't the question. That was, are they the one? All right. And then my last one for this evening, Infinity. Here you are for your free one. Thank you again for all your donations today. Really appreciate you. You want to know, will you get a chance to talk with RM more deeply before they make a break for it? You have the Five of Pentacles, which is, these are the feelings of being left behind, being left out in the cold, abandonment, those types of things. And it's the card of lack with all of this. I feel like they might be taking off here before, and I don't feel like there's going to be an opportunity to really talk deeply there. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Since you're my last reading, I just want to see some more here. Yeah, we have the King of Wands. I feel like they really are putting a fire, and um, it's like they're ready to take action. They're ready to head off in their chariot. What is this other one here? Yeah, and here's the Emperor too. Both of them are all about action, action, movement, movement, ready to head off and to do what they're wanting to do here. So I don't feel like that there's going to be an opportunity. Yeah, I've got the Nine of Wands. The barrier has been opened. I just feel like they're about to head off here. And the Eight of Wands. So here's fast moving energy, zoom, zoom, zoom. So I don't feel like it's going to be, and that's okay. You know, it's like, oh, but I wanted to, and it's like, you know what? If the opportunity isn't opening up according to these cards, then it wasn't meant to be. Because that's how we know. I love Byron Katie. How do you know whether something was supposed to happen or not? Because it didn't happen, or it did. Like, oh, well, that makes sense, because what's meant for us never passes us by. So, but I feel like they are ready to jet and they're ready to head off on their adventure. But, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's like if it was meant to be, then there would be this opportunity, and if there is one, if something does open up, because this is based on current energies, if something changes and you have that opportunity, seize it, right? Um, and then you'll know, and if not, then you'll know anyway. So if that makes sense. All right, infinity. So that's what they have for you. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up and for all your patience in getting your readings. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you'd like to join me then, I shall return. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. I'll be posting a comment here in just a quick moment as soon as I type them all up. And that way you can see where your reading is amongst them all. All right. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.